So I'm going to do today with the bee yard. We'll do another video on see how our package bee colonies are moving forward, and then we're going to just do a quick look-see on the supers just to see if there's any nectar going up in the supers. It's pretty chilly today. It's probably in the low 50s, I think, and you can see I got supers on most of the colonies. And then I'm going to also do a quick check for some swarm cells, and planning on doing some splits here later in the week. So I have more queen excluders with me today, and I'm going to put queen excluders in between the two deeps, and just so we can find out where the queen is when we do the split. So let's get to it. All right, we're going to go into our first package bee colony. What we're going to look for today, we'll look for eggs again, and but then we're also going to look and see how they've done on the comb. There should be some emerging brood, I believe, today. I think so. And we're going to look also for possibly manipulating frames so they can draw these frames out a little faster. We'll see how that's going to play out. So now, if I don't tip this over, I won't lose the vacuum on my feeder pail. We still got the pollen patty there. It's stuck to the lid of the inner cover. We always start at the outside and work our way in. Okay, the first frame here, that's got a heck of a lot of pollen in it, and they've almost drawn it to the corners. There is some capped honey right there, and there is nectar that they have in this corner, a little bit over in the other corner, not much. And we're just going to see how they're doing here on the frames. Okay, so now this particular frame, it's got cap brood on the bottom, and on the top there has been brood on the top. Now that has emerged, and now they have new eggs in there. I don't know how good this shows up here, but we'll give it a try and see if we can see any of them. And this frame here on the other side, look at that. It's all I see they've had emerging brood, and now it's all refilled up again with eggs. So queen is doing great. I see eggs. I'm not going to go any further because it's a little cool. So one thing we're going to do here is, being that this frame is all pollen, there's no brood on here or anything. So what I'm going to do now, and see on this side, they're just starting to work it a little bit. And I'd like to get this go a little faster, is just turn this frame around and put this new foundation side next to what they're working on already, or the brood. Now you don't want to move brood around. You can only move honey and pollen around. So now they'll draw the other side of this out pretty fast. So then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. Because if we don't do this and change this comb a little bit, we aren't doing a lot. But the bees can get stagnant and they won't do anything with these outside frames. So by switching them around like that a little bit, we don't get greedy. But we just switch them around, and then they'll draw this out a little faster. Okay, now this frame here, now they aren't very far along with this one, so I'm not going to switch this one around. That's all nectar. I'm going to let them go another week on that one. And let's just see what's happening on... We didn't look at this frame. So this frame here is all full of eggs. That is all full of eggs. I don't know if you can see that. The queen is there on the bottom. Right there. There she is. So she's doing her job. I'm going to put her back in the hive so it doesn't get chilled. So right now we won't do anything to this side. We'll do it next time. It'll be ready. Still got a good amount of pollen. We'll just let them go with that still. And we're going to call this good. We're going to still continue to feed. They are probably getting some nectar out, dandelions, whatnot, so maybe they won't take the syrup quite as full. But I'm not going to fill this. I'll check it later. That is package number 1. We'll go check the other one now. Okay, this is hive 2 we're going to go to. And we're going to do the same thing as we did on that first one of turning those frames around if we're able to, if they're ready. Looks like they've done about the same amount of syrup. They didn't take this whole pail down like they had on these other ones. So I won't turn it over, just hold it this way and we won't lose the vacuum. Whenever there's a clunk, it's always bad. Frames were stuck to the lid a little bit, or the pollen patty was. Okay, same as the other one, 2 frames, nothing happening on. This frame here, okay, it's like the other one, it's not full. They're not completed it quite enough, so I'm not going to turn that around yet, but I'll turn that around the next time. They should have that probably finished. And let's see, I'm going to just, as long as I'm looking, I'm going to go to this side. Do this side here and see if there's a frame ready to do over here yet. Okay, same thing here. This frame is not ready to turn around, so I gotta wait another week. There are some eggs that they have in this corner right here that they put in, so they're starting to move on that already. So, but like I say, too early. I'll just check one more frame. I'm not looking for the queen. I saw eggs there, so we could close it up, but I'm going to check one more frame. Oh, there's the queen right there anyways. She's right there. So that mark is really worn off her. Saskatraz queen. So we have a lot of cap brood, and some brood has emerged, so now this population is starting to increase. I'll look at one more frame here. A lot of cap brood. This is all cap brood here. That's all cap brood. A nice frame. See, it's where the brood is all filled out, all really nice. And she has reloaded the center with eggs in there. But yeah, cap brood, the whole frame. A little honey in the corner here. Capped honey. You can see the difference between the capped honey, which is white, and then the brood, which is yellow, and then as time goes on, it'll turn to a darker tan. That would be normal. this frame, look at a lot of brood, and it's all going to be hatching out here pretty soon. So this thing is really on its way for getting some more workers. In another week or so, this will look different again. So for now, we aren't going to change any frames around. We're going to put everything back the way it was. And give it another week. And they'll have more bees in there in a week. So we'll for sure see a change in the comb building. It'll increase a little bit. So other than that, let's see, same thing here. The pollen patty had stuck to the lid. I'm just going to leave this. It's going to be warming up. There's going to bring some more natural pollen in, but I'll replace that on my next visit. We'll replace that. And hopefully it warms up. The thing that's holding these bees back is some warmth, and it's been a cold spring. And the packages are a little slower than normal for buildup. And now we're looking at 70 degrees here in 2 or 3 days. And things will start ratcheting up if we can have some warmer days and warmer nights. But that's all we got going here on these 2 package colonies. So next week we're going to be looking to switch more frames and keep that honey on them and make sure they got pollen. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.